Good morning. Today is Friday, May 10th, 2024, and this is our daily bread. The title is Love for Jesus Doesn't Calculate. So it's from John chapter 12, verses 1 through 11, and the key verse is 3. It says, "Then Mary took about a pint of pure nard, an expensive perfume. She poured it on Jesus' feet and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume." 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany where Lazarus lived, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. Here, a dinner was given in Jesus' honor. Martha served, while Lazarus was among those reclining at the table with him. Then Mary took about a pint of pure nard, an expensive perfume. She poured it on Jesus' feet and wiped his feet with her hair, and the house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume. But one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, who is later to betray him, objected. Why wasn't this perfume sold and the money given to the poor? It was worth a year's wages. He did not say this because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. As keeper of the money bag, he used to help himself to what was put into it. "Leave her alone," Jesus replied. "It was intended that she should save this perfume for the day of my burial. You will always have the poor among you, but you will not always have me." Meanwhile, a large crowd of Jews found out that Jesus was there, and they came, not only because of him, but also to see Lazarus, whom he had raised from the dead. So the chief priests made plans to kill Lazarus as well, for on account of him, many of the Jews were going over to Jesus and believing in him. Daily bread. First, Mary's sincere act of love. The perfume Mary used was expensive and represented a great personal sacrifice. Back then, this kind of perfume could be a family's treasure, like an heirloom or something valuable that could be sold if they needed money. By using it to anoint Jesus, Mary was making a clear statement about her priorities. Jesus was more important than anything else. She didn't hesitate or count the drops as they fell on him. She just poured it all out. It was an extravagant act. But in our generation, making extravagant sacrifices for Christ is almost unheard of. Many times, we hold back how much of our lives we're willing to pour out. If loving and following Jesus means giving up our time, money, and effort, we hesitate. We'd rather pick and choose how much to sacrifice. But true love for Jesus doesn't calculate. We just devote every part of our lives to him. So are you willing to love Jesus by giving him your whole life? Second, Judas' objection and selfish motive. When Mary poured the expensive perfume on Jesus' feet, Judas thought it was a waste. He said they could have sold it and helped the poor instead. But there was a selfish motive in his heart. He had been stealing from the group's money bag and was just looking to get more money. Judas tried to hide his greed, but Jesus saw it. That's why he defended Mary. As we serve and follow Christ, we also need to examine our hearts daily because Jesus always sees our motives. If we're following him to get some benefit, recognition, or other personal gain, eventually it will be exposed. Let's throw away our selfishness and self-centeredness so we can have a pure heart that simply wants to love and honor Christ. When we do so, Jesus will always stand with us, even in the middle of opposition. Let's pray. Lord, I want to love you without reservation or hesitation. Please give me the courage to stop holding back and just pour out my life to you. I trust that you will bless that kind of faith and use it for your glory. Please also give me wisdom to recognize and get rid of selfishness in me, so I can develop a pure heart that simply focuses on honoring you. One word, pour out my life to love and honor Jesus.